your content coach, YouTube coach. I help people navigate through YouTube and content creation in general. Also, camera, lighting and all that. I have ideas about that, and I've helped a lot of creators to actually improve themselves on their channel. But me myself personally, I just started my YouTube, channel. Initially, I used to have a sports channel. Yeah, that was really doing well, but then I think the channel got deleted. Yeah, because I was, copyright issues and all that. I had some strikes and all, so the channel actually got deleted. So I was not really able to have it for long. But then I was helping a lot of people also come up with their channels, help their channels and all that. The ways to post, designing thumbnails and all that. Kind of these kind of strategies. Yeah. So I was really actually helping people to do some of these. Yeah. It wasn't. I mean, it hasn't been easy so far. I just started my channel and it hasn't been easy, but it has been fun. You get, I think one thing about content creation people don't um get before they start this is because is that like they enter and they just enter it for the money. They feel like, okay, when I just enter, content, I'm just going to make money, because a lot of people also share the amount of money that they made, like during their whole YouTube process and all that, and people feel like this whole content and it's just about money and money and money and all that. Yes, it's about money. I mean, a lot of people enter into this because they want to actually make an income. That's the reason why they enter into this. But then at the end of the day, if you don't have passion or if you don't really enjoy doing what you are doing, it's going to be very difficult for you and you can't stand it. It's going to be very difficult for you. You can't stand, sorry. You get it? So it's content creation is something that you have to love. You have to love what you are talking about. Maybe you don't love content creation itself, okay, but then you love whatever it is you speak about. So there are people that have actually had experiences with maybe illness, particular illness, and then they were able to battle their way out of the illness. Maybe it could be cancer, could be a lot of things. They were able to battle their way out and they want to share their journey. So they don't actually love, the whole camera stuff, microphone stuff, lighting. They don't really love all that, but then they like to talk about what they have been through and all that. So if you're also a small creator and you feel like, okay, I want to start content creation, I want to also try and earn on content, like, sorry, I also want to try and earn with YouTube, get monetized on YouTube or publish my business here and all that. You don't necessarily have to be a content creator, like when I say content creator in terms of like the techniques and all, like the technicalities with the camera and all that. You don't necessarily need that. All you need is the passion, okay, and then a story. If you have a story and then you have the passion, I think you are very good to go, because that's all that I feel like you need. You get it? Yes. Let's say you join the new football team, yeah, or you travel to a new state. It's a journey you can share. You can start sharing, the preparations, how everything came about, how you because I mean sometimes it's most of these things are experienced, and people actually go through a lot to be able to get their visa, even filing for their visa, getting a lot of clearance, a lot of things. So it becomes, kind of therapeutic to actually talk about some of these journey and all that. So maybe that might be the reason why you create your channel. You start talking about that. Okay, so this was what I did. This was what I did. Maybe I had a scholarship here. This is how I applied my visa. This is how I did this and that. And before you realize, it has also become like your trademark or your niche, and then something you talk about, because you get people commenting under the comment section saying, okay, how do you do this? Okay, can you tell us how to do this? Okay, I also want to do this. I heard your story and I'm really inspired. So I also want to try what you are doing. So how can I also do this? You get it? So you realize that once you start saying that, a lot of people begin to ask questions, and then it makes you research more. It makes you answer those questions. So once you start answering those questions, all of a sudden you start to feel like I need to show up for these people. People who have questions that I have answers to. Before you realize, it becomes your niche. You start to do a lot of research every day. You start to show up in front of the camera. You create, you post, or you do live sessions. You talk with people. You teach people. That is how it all starts. You get it? That is how this whole thing starts. And before you realize, it has become your niche, and something you are actually invested in, and something you are talking about. So this is one of the things that I feel like, yeah, if you really, yeah, I've been here for a while, but so far I can't really see anyone joining, and wow, this is not easy. But then let's see if at least I get someone to join. I just want maybe one person to join the live, and I know that at least I came, I was here, I showed up for a live stream, and at least I had one person showing. But so far I can't really see anyone here, nor any chats or anything like that. Yeah, but then I enjoy doing this, so I don't really mind. You see, at the end of the day, that's what would actually encourage you. If you enjoy doing what you are doing, you realize that you don't actually necessarily need the numbers, you don't need anything. Showing up is something that you are happy about. So at the end of the day, whether you get views or whether you do not get views, you realize that at least you are happy. You get it, you realize that you are happy, you feel very, very happy doing what you are doing. So it's like the numbers and the monetization becomes like a secondary matter to you. It becomes like, yeah, kind of like, a tip of the, hey, what am I saying? Kind of like an icing on the cake for you. You get it? Yeah. So I really enjoy this. I really enjoy creating. I enjoy videography. I enjoy photography. I enjoy, talking about lighting, talking about video ideas and all that. So yeah, I don't really mind. You get it? Yeah. So yeah, I think at this point, I'm going to leave you guys. Yeah, and see you guys next time when I'll try and talk to maybe another small creator, see if I can connect with one of them, and see if I can actually bring them on this live section so we can talk about it. All right, guys. See you guys. Bye.